Welcome back to another cooking video. I'm Chef Devaux. I'm going to teach you how to make a carrot, like this one, into a rose. Well, not this one. This one's a bit old. Okay, so let's get going. Let's go. Alright, let's take a fresh carrot. And you're just going to cut off the top, which is usually a useless part of the carrot. About 3 to 4 centimeters lengthwise. And then you're just going to want to peel it. And for this, I'm just going to feed it into the knife and just jig it up and down softly. And just let the knife do the work and peel off the carrot skin. This is just for aesthetical purposes, just to make it look a little bit better. Alright, once you've done that, just throw that away. And we're going to neaten up the bottom by cutting a slice off. There we go. Now we've got a nice carrot block to work with. And now you just take a carving knife and you cut in your rose petals, which is basically just a little wave, more or less. And then behind that, you cut a slight bit of flesh off from away from it, which will just make that petal stand out. And then you want to make that petal thin, wafer thin. So you're just going to take as much flesh as you can without damaging it. That's perfect there. Just a little bit more. Okay, that's about pushing the limit. Okay, and now you begin your next petal. And you just begin it halfway away and you create that same wave pattern and you finish it halfway overlapping the other petal. And then you slice off another piece of flesh from behind that petal, just like you did in the other one. And just remove that, just like that. Okay, that's popped away, perfect. And then you can see again, it finishes halfway overlapping the petal. And now, just like last time, you want to just remove a little bit of flesh just to make it as thin as possible, because rose petals aren't fat, chunky things. They're very, very thin. So you want to make it as similar as a rose petal as you can. Okay, so you just keep repeating this pattern until you've got one whole layer of petals going all the way around the bottom of your rose. And then what you do is you remove some flesh from the top to curve the petals direction inwards of the future petals that you're going to make. And for this, you're just going to cut away 45-degree angle, about 0.5 centimeter to 1 centimeter wide piece of flesh. This will ensure that your rose sort of curves inwards instead of flares out. And here again, just trace out the petal, a little waveform, and then you take a little bit of flesh from behind, just like before. And then lastly, like you already know, you just make that petal a little bit thinner. So here I'm going to just slice a little bit away, just to make it wafer thin, so thin that nearly you can't see it, while you can. Okay, and then you just keep doing that over and over and over, until you have no more space. And as you going into the core, you have to make sure that the petals become slightly smaller, as they would in nature. So just keep repeating this until you have no more space. Okay, now once you get into the core, there's really no space here and you can't really have very thin petals like you had before. It's more just trying to get those jagged cuts in there so it looks like there's petals in there. And there we go. That's done. Now to move on to the cucumber cup, which is going to hold this. You take a piece of cucumber and you take the fat end of it. There's a fat and a thin end, always. And you want to cut 4 petals. So you cut into it like this, then turn 90 degrees, cut into it again, and so on until you've got 4 petals going all the way around at the same height and the same size. Okay, once you've done that, you cut off the ends without cutting through those leaves, and then you take a smaller knife and just cut V shapes in between the leaves you cut earlier, just to remove that flesh from the core. Alright, so here we go. That's the 3rd one and the 4th one, and then we'll have access. As you can see here, the leaves are still intact. You just slice in under them and just pull that flesh from inside out. And just make a couple little more cuts and just scrape it out. Just like this, just so you can place that carrot rose into it later. Okay, once you've done that, just clean the cutting board. Always keep a nice working surface. And then cut a hole through the bottom of the cup. Just like this, big enough to add a little stem made of cucumber later. Okay, so to make that cucumber stem, you just want to take that piece of cucumber again. And you just want to cut a V shape into it lengthwise, all the way down. And this will become the stem of our rose. Okay, here we go, just pull it out now. Great. Okay, so now I'm just gonna make a cucumber leaf. And for this, take the same cucumber and you slice off a slice, and then you want to cut in a leaf pattern into that, or the shape of an eye more or less. Just separate the excess away, and then you want to cut a vein through the middle. So you just slice into it very thinly, not too deep, and then you angle your cut and you cut in a slight V shape, which will create an indent of the vein. You just pull that out. Okay, just there we go. You just pull it out just to give it a little bit of relief. Okay, and now you want to cut the veins going out from the center vein at a 45-degree angle, like a leaf would have in nature. Okay, so just like this, and then the other side, just the same. Okay, great. Now we've got that done. We're just going to cut a hole in the bottom of our carrot rose. This is so we can insert the stem into it. Alright, so just cut 2 little cuts and then just pull it out, just like this. And you want to make it deep so this holds together. So make it very deep and thin. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now to make it all come together, you place the cucumber stem through your cucumber cup and into the carrot rose. And then you take a little cucumber wedge, which I've cut into a V shape, and just press it in between the gap between the stem and the carrot rose. And then just wedge it in there hard so that it all keeps together. And as you can see now, when I lift this up, it all holds together. Alright, so now you just press that cucumber cup onto the rose so it stays nice and tightly together. Just add your little cucumber leaf next to it, and voila, a carrot rose. Bask in its magnificence. Okay, so this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like and share button down there. Also, I've made a lot more videos using carrots and cucumbers to make amazing garnishes, like the carrot butterflies and the cucumber wave and all sorts of magnificent things. And I've put them all into one easy to find playlist right there on the bottom left corner of the screen. Check it out now and you can see all those videos. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking on the top left corner of the screen. And lastly, I've made a lot more garnishes using other vegetables and all sorts of other things, and sushi videos and all that sort of stuff. You can check it out by going to my website by clicking on the right. Thank you for watching. I'm Chef Devaux. See you guys next week. Goodbye.